Well, this morning we're learning more about a major immigration raid that happened in El Cajon. Thanks for keeping it here. It's 11:30. I'm Eric Connert.
And I'm Netta Irampour. You see in this video, it does show federal agents taking several people into custody. CBS 8's Regina Yorita joining us live from El Cajon to give us details from the man in charge of that facility. You were able to talk to him today, Regina. What did he say?
Yeah, good morning, Eric and Netta. That's right. Well, first we noticed Homeland Security, Border Protection, and drug enforcement all here showing up yesterday. This was a pretty intense and large federal law enforcement presence. They showed up in tactical gear. They were armed, detaining multiple people. So it was a clear message. It was an immigration raid happening here in El Cajon. But I want to show you aerial footage of what it looked like yesterday. This is right off of Magnolia Avenue. The business is called San Diego Powder and Protective Coating. You can see multiple people being handcuffed with zip ties and being escorted out of the facility. Family members quickly started to show up. You could see the emotional toll on their faces as soon as they heard what was happening. Families even telling us that the workers here have never committed any harm and simply focus on doing their job. Now, according to the search warrant from federal law enforcement, the business harbored and kept employing migrants who were using false statements. It says SDPC was brought to the attention of federal agents in 2022 while they were conducting a drug trafficking investigation. We spoke with the owner of the facility this morning, and he says this is a family business that's been open for years. They have several federal government contracts, including with Border Patrol and the Navy. But he also confirmed that his former supervisor is the one who had been arrested for drug trafficking. Since then, there's been an ongoing investigation against his facility and the employees who work here. Johnson says he's confident in his hiring process. He acknowledged that some bad actors slipped through the cracks. However, federal officials say multiple people have been hired without the proper vetting. So according to the affidavit, last Wednesday, an undercover HSI agent applied for a job at the company using fake documents. The agent was then hired, and employees even told them the company has accepted fraudulent papers. So here's how the owner of the business responded.
We signed this contract for the Border Patrol. With this signing of the contract, we had to submit background checks for personnel, and I submitted about 15 people for background checks to be able to work on the job site. Apparently, during that vetting those people for the background checks, there was a couple people that came up with bad documents.
And it's unclear how many people were detained, but federal officials tell us at least 20 people were taken into custody, some for administrative purposes, others for criminal arrests. We do see that this facility is open. We've been seeing some workers, but we haven't seen the owner since this morning. But that is the latest coming from El Cajon.